Guys, welcome back to my channel. Look, I'm not gonna do the intro that others use, like, hey guys, welcome back to this channel and subscribe and like this video. I hope you enjoy these facts, and they do really simple facts. Like, I hope I'm not one of them. So, if you, there's at least 300 facts. Some of the facts I may repeat. I'm sorry, please do not be upset. I was in a rush. And I didn't have a lot of spare time to do it. We've all seen Bella's video of 150 Wings of Fire facts to end all Wings of Fire facts. Sorry for the background noise if you can hear it. Yeah, look, sorry, but this, Wings of Fire facts are never gonna end. Unfortunately. Just not gonna end, because, Wings of Fire is an amazing series and no one can expect them to stop talking about it. Look, I may repeat some. That's okay. There will be some really obvious facts in here, and some will not be. Now, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And if I get any of these facts wrong, please tell me. I need to know so I can change it. And of course, as there will be more books, I will add more facts and maybe free upload. Yeah, again, I think that's all I need to say. So you see the first fact. Flame stole the dream visitor that Starflight was using to communicate with his friends. Oh, yeah, we find this out in book 6, I think. Morrissey is Moonwatcher's father. We know this in book 6 because Secret Keeper is we look in Secret Keeper's eyes at the prologue of book 6. And we know Morris is Moonwatcher's father because Mastermind also mentions it in book 4, like saying, "No dragonettes, huh?" or something like that. I don't know. The ash statue that Moon, Winter, Kibble, and Kikiju saw is Morrissey. Yeah, look, we know this because he was the dragon that got taken by the statue. No, not statue. Sorry, the lava, the explosion. And Battle Winner is also dead because she was taken by the explosion and turned to ice. And in case you haven't figured out, this is spoilers for all the books. Amber has a crush on Winter or Kibble, so Amber's gay. Yeah, that's okay though. Sometimes you gotta make things interesting with different things. Because not everyone's just straight. And we accept them for who they are. So, if you know someone who's not straight, be kind to them and accept them for who they are. And don't bully them. Stand up for them like you would for a normal friend. Sorry, advice from Amberflame. Chameleon is Pearl's father and he has Darkstalker's talisman. We figured this out. Yep. So Chameleon has Darkstalker's scroll, which has his powers in it. And Chameleon uses it to change into different tribes of dragons, but yeah. And then Pearl burns the scroll and sets Darkstalker free. So, yeah. So he's got all his powers back. Darkstalker is Icewing royalty, so Winter may be related to him because he's royal. Okay, so they, Arctic, who is an Icewing prince, or was anyway, he had dragonettes. 2 dragonettes, Darkstalker and Whiteout. Whiteout's actually really pretty. And Arctic never went back to the Ice Kingdom because Darkstalker killed him eventually. But Arctic's, I think he's got siblings, I don't know, or a cousin or some sort. Had generations onwards. So yeah, I think they're related to him, but not relative. No, not the word relative. actually like brother and sister thing. Scavenger named Sonny named Hola is actually Ivy and Fluffy is Leaf. Yeah, look, if you have read like Dragon Slayer, you will look in one of their perspectives and see they describe a golden sandwing with no tail barb, which is actually Sonny. Yeah, so if you read Book 5 and Dragon Slayer, and I think it's Ivy's perspective, yeah, you'll find Sonny. Some dragons, like sea wings, actually brush their teeth. We know because it is mentioned in Darkstalker that Indigo and Fathom brush their teeth during their visit to the Nightwing Palace. Yeah, I think so. This is what I got off the Wings of Fire wiki, which is the source I used. Darkstalker is not as big as a mountain, in case you misread it. Darkstalker is 3 times bigger than a normal dragon size, which is still enormous. It is. It really is. I mean, if he's able to be under a mountain for 2,000 years, I think, then yeah, he'll be pretty big. Fathom's design is pretty much the same as Turtle, but Darkstalker accidentally thought it was Turtle. That Turtle was Fathom. Not really the same. I mean, Fathom doesn't have accessories, and it's just 3 different colours of 3 different shades of green, where the turtle is a mix. Sorry, my dogs are barking in the background. It's really annoying. In Moon's vision, there was a dragon named Firefly, which is actually Gorin Deathbringer's dragonette. She's pretty. I mean, for a hybrid, she's pretty. Only Mind Reader dragons have the teardrop scale next to their eyes. Seers do not. Yeah, I think we found this out. Is it actually on? Yeah, it is. Yep. We figured this out because of Darkstalker and Moon and how they classify. I think. I don't know. Smolder's scavenger is actually named Rose, but Smolder couldn't figure out what Rose was. That Rose, I have to change this. That Rose was trying to say Rose, so he called her Flower. Because she drew a picture of a flower and then tried to show Smolder to say her name was Rose. But he didn't get it, so he called her Flower. There are definitely plans for the LGBTQ plus for the books. Yeah, we can expect this. I mean, Tui is a great writer. She's gonna try and mix things up, I think. I don't know, I haven't watched her live streams. The dragon that saved Winter was actually Lynx. I think so. I hope so, otherwise I got this wrong. There will possibly be a winglet book on the history of Rainwings. Yeah. There was a different language on the Pentella, but Clearsight was there, so they learned the Pahara's language. I mean, I think they call it tree speak, or that's the leaflings. Where leaflings can speak to plants and make them grow and stuff. But I was very surprised when I was able to learn the Pahara language. In other words, when they travelled to the Pahara and they were able to understand, I think it was Moon and Ghibli, that that surprised me. Might have surprised you too. Some dragons who are officially gay, Anemone and Umber. Okay, in case you're confused, Anemone's gay because she likes Tamarin. When they met, sorry for my brother who's in the background if you can hear. Yeah, so she likes Tamarin, and I don't know if Tamarin likes her back, but I think Tamarin sees her as a friend, not a lover. Sonny carries the Animus gene, so her dragoness, if she has some, might be Animi. Yeah, seems right. And look, if you look closely, you can see Sonny's got the little white nightwing scales. So that proves Honey is a hybrid. Because sandwings don't have those. And they're not this weird colour. But we find out she's a hybrid in book 5. So Honey is technically related to all of the royal Icewings because of Whiteout. Yeah, because Darkstalker mentions somewhere, I think he mentions it, that like, oh, you're white, like you're my something. niece or your whiteout's great granddaughter or something. I don't know. Morrissey is Secret Keeper, Moon Watch's parents. Yes, I've already mentioned this. Even though Morrissey was horrible, he truly loved Secret Keeper. I don't think Secret Keeper actually liked him back. I don't know. Because the Secret Keeper's like, oh, that damn dragon. When they got to the rainforest. Icewings and Sandwings might have been the first tribe or tribes to have animus dragons. I think that's true. I hope so. But yeah. Nightwings are related to Icewings because of Prince Arctic. Yeah, we know this, I think. Prince Albatross was the earliest known sealing animus since he was part Icewing. And then, he had more, what's her name? Manta? I think that's her name. His daughter. And from then on, they had dragonets. Actually, no, they did, because of Fathom. And then I think that's how the animus genes got carried down. The only Sandwing anima are Jerboa and Jerboa 3. See? They don't have the little teardrop scales. So they're not Nightwings. But yeah, it's mentioned in book 14. Because Snowfall has the Ring of Vision. And she is in Jerboa's vision or Jerboa 3. So. Skywings used to have animus dragons, but they killed them because they were afraid if the animi Skywings lost their soul, like Albatross. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Mudwings and Rainwings have never had animus dragons in their tribe. Only I hope one of them do. Because imagine animus Rainwing. Man, that would be interesting. They'll probably make bananas and fruit and sauce appear everywhere. If it's not Kinkajou, because Kinkajou's glory. And so is Jabu sometimes. Mudwings, yeah, I don't know what they would use it for, but they would use it for something. Animus dragons cannot bring dragons back from the dead. Tui has said there are other limits animus dragons have as well. Yeah, so this is the scene where I'm gonna kill those dogs. Where they find out, and Tsunami finds out Anemone is an animus by a spear and all that. Fun fact, I used to think Anemone was actually anemone, because I was never told how to pronounce it until my nan said, "Oh, is that Anemone?" Yeah. How do you know? She was like, "Well, it says the name." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Skywings could be gold, not cold. I guess they could be cold. Gold and / pale yellow, like Sandwings. I don't know what. I think there might have been dragon like that. Most Sandwings have claustrophobia, which is the fear of small / tight spaces. Yeah. I reckon that's why they don't live in palaces, because the rooms can be small. Sandwings are possibly the most musical tribe, says Kibley, because he's a storyteller or something. Icewings, and possibly some other tribes, have mythology, e.g. the Great Ice Dragon or snow monsters. I reckon that's true. Icewings and possibly other tribes have distant accents, like British accent or strict. Actually, no, strict isn't one, but voice accents. Skywings are musical. They are said to dance with Sandwings at the Sandwing Full Moon Festival. They also have orchestras. We most likely didn't see this side of them because of Queen Scarlet's reign and influence on them. Actually, they explained a lot. Skywings have religious customs as they believe in reincarnation. Where one dragon dies and they put it on the top of the mountain, I think they set it on fire and they hope their spirit goes to heaven and has a new life. Don't think they did that with Scarlet because she was a horrible dragon. When the Dragonets were younger, Tsunami used to have crushes on Clay and Starflight. This is true. Yeah, I think it's mentioned in book 2, if I remember correctly. I probably don't. Tilly was originally going to make Clay have a crush on Glory, but since I think she decided it wouldn't be right because Clay treats them like brother and sisters, like family. Even though the Gutties said, "Oh, what the hell, you're so weird because you trust each other like outside of the usual tribe." I mean, they never met their tribe apart from Webb's and Dune, which was Sandfang and assuming they didn't have a Skywing, so yay, they had Glory instead. Almost all Nightwings almost have black eyes. Some Nightwings have dark green eyes. Some are Forest Slayer, Mastermind, and Starfire have green eyes. I think there might be more, but I don't think any more dragons do. Rainwings used to be more aggressive and feared back in Darkstormy's time because they weren't lazy. I'm just going to point that out. I don't think they were lazy back then. So, yeah. If you can hear the background noise, it's pretty crazy. So might have to stop this soon and then redo it again. A dragon's life is pretty much identical to a cat's. So you've got Starflight, he's got dark green eyes, or emerald green. I don't think they're emerald green. Anyway, I had to say. Dragons can wear glasses. It's just very unusual because the dragon's eyesight is very good, so they are usually unnecessary. Cricket and Mastermind. Yes, and Mastermind's got dark green eyes. It's unconfirmed how fire scales work, but it would. I have to change this. Sorry for my spelling. But it would be if there are two twins in one egg, and then it's unpredictable from then onwards. There might also be a gene for fire scales. They don't know yet, but Tilly might confirm this later. Oh, Clay is aware of Peril's crush on him, but just doesn't know how to react to it. I think that's pretty simple, because Clay gives like his big inspiring speech and blah 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 in Sky Kingdom. The burnt orange dragonet in Moon's vision is most likely Peril and Clay's dragonet. I think Clay can touch fire, because he's got fire scale, fireproof scales, and then, yeah. Because he laid in mud. I think that activated it, I don't know. Tilly said that Clay was the easiest to write about because she adores his personality. Yeah, he's like kind, sweet, loyal, dumb. Well, he's not intelligent, but he's dumb. I shouldn't say dumb, that's pretty rude. Damn it. Yeah, so. Yeah. Clay is the only Dragonet of Destiny in the original set without green eyes. No, he's got brown. Sonny does not have bright emerald eyes. She has a green/grey coloured eyes. Glory's eyes are emerald green, making Glory's eyes brighter than Sonny's. Peril and Sky were originally going to be in the prophecy with the original set of Dragonets and with the Dragonets of Destiny, but they I think they were originally going to be one from each tribe, but then she decided that was too much. So she had to kick the Skywing and Icewing out. Or something like that. Tsunami has a crush on Riptide, if that isn't obvious. Like, you can see the way she reacts and how she's happy and all that. And obviously, I think Riptide has a crush back on her because he's so worried about protecting her and her friends. Yep, okay, move on. Sealings can have forked tongues or non-forked tongues. It is unknown if it's genetic. Yeah, I think my commotion... My brothers and sisters arguing back there. Anyway, Glory's afraid of the dark. Yeah, I think this is a little bit obvious. Don't know if it is or isn't. I don't know, you guys can decide. Glory hates being touched due to the way the Guardians abused her. Like, kicking her and fighting and... Yeah, so she'll rarely let anyone touch her. Except unless she allows them. The Guardians were extra cautious around Starfire and treated him slightly better than the other Dragons because they were afraid Starfire's powers were going to make an appearance later in life. But I can tell you this. So it didn't work because he wasn't actually under the moon, all the moons. So Nightwings get their powers from the moon. So like one moon you get one power, like either mind reading or seeing the future. I think if it's 2 moons, you get both. 3, I think you get both, and maybe you're an animus. I don't know. I'll have to double check on it. Darkstalker, Starfire, and Deathbringer have a fear of scavengers. I think it's mentioned when either in book 5 or 6. I think it's 5. Sonny was technically queen for a short amount of time because when she was holding the Eye of Onyx, it didn't reject her / kill her. But since Dawn is the queen, she is now Princess Sonny. And Tsunami was wanting her to be queen, don't know why. Sonny has a good fighting ability despite her size and body. Yeah, biting Marcy on the tail was actually pretty smart. She actually pays attention. Technically, Thorn adopted Kibble, so Kibble is Sonny's adopted brother. I don't know if adopted is the right word. I mean, Thor took care of Kibble because his mother hated him and stuff. But I think he went back and actually started a good relationship with his mother. According to Darkstalker, there were some futures that Moon would end up with Kibble, and there were some futures the Moon ends up with Winter. One of the futures with Moon ending up with Kibble ended up occurring. My English. Come on. Winter has a crush on Moon. Yeah, look, that's obvious. She goes, oh, look, the teardrop scales in her eyes are pretty. Well, they are. And the way he acts like he needs no help because he's Prince Winter. But honestly, deep down, he's just a softie and wants Winter. Not Winter. Moon. He wants Moon. So, yeah. Help. Oasis, Blister, Blaze, and Burn, Onyx, Smolder, Singe, and Scold are not part of the original Royal Sandwing bloodline. Therefore, they are not truly royal. Okay, so Oasis had 4 daughters and 3 sons. She killed off Onyx because she only wanted 3 candidates for the throne. She killed off, I think, she killed Scold and Singe. Don't know why. Doesn't say. Only 3 dragons survived Perra's burn. Winter, Clay, and Kestrel. Yeah. Winter is artistic and likes to draw. That's actually interesting. Winter is fascinated by scavengers. Yes, because he has a pet scavenger named Bandit, but he released Bandit, so now he doesn't have one, and still fascinated by them. Tullian's confirmed Scarlet's husband is deceased. He might be mentioned later in books. Maybe. Who knows? Sandwing tail barbs age with the sandwing itself. Yeah. There's a chance that Sandwing stole a lot of Nightwing treasury when the Nightwings fled their home and left their valuables. But then no one can't explain why Queen Oasis was so rich. Anemone isn't actually an animus. Turtle made a one, so the Sandwings wouldn't find out he was one. So, if Anemone wasn't actually an animus, would she still lose her soul if, even if she used her magic a lot? Because she originally wasn't one. I don't know. Webbs actually saved Tsunami's life by stealing her egg so the Orchid statue wouldn't kill her before Tsunami hatched. Yeah, that's true. Chameleon hates Rainwinds because they laughed and teased him because he couldn't change his scales. That's also why he attacked Kinkajou. Yeah, because even if the Rainwing did nothing, he still hates them. I don't blame him. I'll do the exact same thing if I was judge, which I am. When Clueso arrived to the Pantella, Leafwings were the dominant tribe of the Pantera. Turtle has a fear of storms and heights. But if you're afraid of storms and heights, what? Like dragons fly all the time in high in air. So won't you get over your fear of heights sometime? Sky is Peril's twin. Apparently he jumped in the river before Kestrel could kill him, which means he never died. And that's true because he's mentioned in Dragon Slayer Legends. As Ren takes care of him and he was scavenger. I think that's what it's called. Sky was originally going to be called Ember if Peril and Sky were in the prophecy. Yeah, that's true. Clay was the first character Tilly came up with. That's an interesting fact. Clay sometimes dreams about stuff like giving him lectures. Well, he needs to remember stuff. So yeah, he would dream about stuff like giving him lectures. Maybe that's the only way he can remember. Who knows? Glory initiates a prickly, sensitive, instinctive shield around her mind when uncomfortable, doing the same with her scales to hide her emotions. We find this out because Moon, I think near the start of book 6, says that she has a shield around her mind when it's uncomfortable and stuff. After his experience in the Skywing Arena, Starfire has nightmares about scavengers. Well, I mean, he's terrified of them. So, yeah. Despite being blind, Starfire has the ability to read carved letters by running his talons over them. That's actually really smart. I mean, I can't even run my finger over a pot and say, so that's actually incredible. Maybe Terran can do the same thing. Starfire is the character that Tui can most relate to. My spelling on this is horrible. As the Dragonets of Destiny. Turtle states that he was in the process of writing an animist spell to restore Starfire's eyes. I would be very surprised if that worked. I mean, I would love to see Starfire see again. Before escaping the underground caves, Starfire would read a scroll entitled Tales of Nightwings whenever he was stressed or upset. But obviously that was false. So, yeah, wouldn't happen. Starfire is in the process of making fireproof scrolls for Peril. Because Peril can't touch it because she's got fire scales. And it would be good for Peril to touch something apart from clay that has fireproof scales. Starfire becomes hilariously twitchy when he senses Peril near his scrolls. He loves scrolls. You can't blame him. I love books. And, I get all sensitive about them. So I'll read, one book in 2 days. Both Sonny and Darkstalker dislike sleeping. They both feel as though they are missing something when they're asleep. Don't blame her. I mean, I love sleeping, but missing out on something when everything's going on and exciting? Wow, that's just bad luck. Sonny has the fear of statues because of the encounter of Orchid's statue that was killing off Coral's dragonets. And look, I want to prove a point. So, if you type up Orca Wings of Fire, some of the fan art, or coloured in, is actually black and white. That is false. She's green. Because if she was black and white, wouldn't that be she's Nightwing, I think, maybe? But yeah, so clarifying, she's green, not black and white. Sonny was named after Sunshine's dog. Sunshine, Tilly's dog. And of all the Wings of Fire characters, Tilly considers Sonny to be the most like herself. Sweet, hilarious. Yeah. Sonny held the Eye of Onyx for a short time in the brightest night, meaning that she is a worthy candidate for the Sandwing throne. But she has a good heart. I love Sonny out of all the Dragonets, apart from what's his name? Starflight and Gore. And okay, I proved my point. I don't like Clay. There was a dragon Tilly has previously introduced who would be perfect for Sonny. However, she said it was a matter of getting them both in the same place. I think his name was Meerkat. When Sonny was an egg, Thorn used to call her Beetle, and she still did before meeting her. Ooh, looks like she's got... never mind. Moonwatch's favourite scroll genres include history, adventure stories, ancient legends, and encyclopedias. Her scales really do look like someone's polished them. No, well. Moonwatcher knows that Secret Keeper learned to block some of her thoughts, so they don't really get into the deep stuff. Back in the rainforest, Moon mostly slept during the day, because, well, she was raised in a rainforest, and it would always... No, hang on, yeah. Moon's visions what saved her from a falling tree. In her blog about winter turning, Tui said, "Okay, dragging myself away from work now. There's an ice wing in a great turmoil who kinda needs a hug." Oh. Which is probably Winter, I think, or Icicle. I don't know. When he was 1 year old, Winter performed a raking test, which he was to survive in a blizzard alone. Why do Icewings do rankings? Like, can't they kind of be like normal tribes, just have a good life without worrying about rankings? Oh, hang on. When asked about the love triangle in Arc 2 involving Ghibli, Winter and Moonwatcher, Tui stated in an interview that she wanted to try to challenge herself by writing a love triangle where you really like all of them and any of the three can be together, which made Tui feel conflicted when it came to decide the final pairing. In case Tui wanted Moonwatcher to pick the nice guy who cares about her, does all the right things. Also, I think that's Ghibli. Maybe Winter as well, but I reckon they'd both be good for her. Before every meal, Tundra made Winter practice his guarding stance until she approved. Damn, that would be a very long time, because Tundra is like that strict person. Dragon. Yeah. When he was 2 years old, Winter's ranking was lower than anyone in his family's ever had. Wow, that's gotta be a low. Winter hates rain and being in the rainforest. I don't blame him, but it's kind of hot and it's always wet in there. Hey, 100 facts, done! We got 200 more and 250 more? I don't know. Gotta be here for a while. Winter considers black and white the only colours for a dignified bird. It's very plain. When he was younger, Winter would often daydream about swooping upon nightwings at the head of an ice-wing battalion. Right, okay, that's very weird. Winter has an excellent memory of full face and thinks he's met everyone in his tribe at least once. Winter always dreamed that if he was an animus dragon, he would give the gift of observation. A scavenger den in the Ice Kingdom constructed so scavengers could live without freezing, and Winter could study them. Though he thought Queen Glacier would not approve of this. Winter had a history tutor when he was younger. Really? That strict dragon had a history tutor. I guess his family wanted him to learn. Tui had originally intended to have Pearl die in a brightest night, but fan outcry caused her to change this and later gave her a book of her own. Well, now we can learn more about the Skywings. Yay! Well, my dog, shut up. In the pre-final cover of Escaping Pearl, Pearl's eyes were shown to have amber eyes instead of blue. The possibility of Pearl being trans is being considered. Never knew. According to Winter, if an ice wing acted the way Turtle does, then they would be stuck in the 7th circle forever. That's pretty low. Turtle, early in his life, had wanted to be a writer and a hero. I don't blame him. Turtle was one of the hardest characters to write because Tui purposely made him enigmatic in Moon Rising and completely figured him out by talents of power. She said he's not a typical hero, but he has the heart of one. Oh, that's kind. Turtle hates exercise. I think we figured this out. Keyblade is roughly based on one of Tui's songs, though Tui is mentioned that the dragon who represents her son the most is Cliff. Cliff is actually kind of cool. When asked about the love triangle... Hang on. Yeah, I've already done this. Sorry. Keyblade is described as a compelling storyteller. Ooh, story time. Keyblade can play the drums. According to Winter, Keyblade has an annoying, largely sensible about his voice when he's trying to reason with someone. I think most people have that voice. If it's really serious, yeah, they do. Keyblade is a wide open desert kind of dragon and makes a lot of noise when in enclosed space. Claustrophobia! Oops, sorry about my little brother. The first thing Keyblade stole in the Scorpion Den was a runty spotted persimmon that had fallen under a food cart. I don't even know what that is. Now I want to find out. Who knows who Keyblade's father is, but she refused to say it. Ooh, mystery. Keyblade's theme song is Stand By You by Rachel Platten. Kinkaju's favourite colour is yellow, which is displayed on her scales the most often. Well, I mean, she's always yellow and pink, so like colour of happiness and excitement. We'll show you an exciting dragon now. Kinkajou is one of Tui's favourite characters. Tui's made Kinkajou very energetic and a little bit dumb, but not much. Tui thought of giving Kinkajou her own book, but decided against it, replying in a chat that she used books to involve characters and make them better, but Kinkajou was already great. She also stated that Kinkajou was a lot like Sonny on the inside, who already had a book. I kind of want to know what Kinkajou would think like. Must be interesting. Even though most Rainwings can't count, Kinkajou could count at the age of 3. When she stated there were 17 missing Rainwings. Ooh, smart dragon. In the graphic novel adaptation, Kinkajou's eyes are pink instead of dark green as described in the novel. Kinkajou once mentioned that she is a former hide-and-seek champion. The reason why Coral forbids the consumption of dolphins is said to be she might think they are somewhat related to dragons. However, it is wondered by Tsunami if it is actually because anemone has the same colouring as dolphins. That would make a lot of sense. Anemone is not leucistic. She's one of the lightest shades of a ceiling pigmentations. Snowfall was at first excited to inherit her crown from Glacier, but it became a source of frustration because it was cumbersome and too large for her. Don't know what cumbersome means, don't ask me. Tui said not to get too excited about a love interest for Snowfall. Out of all the characters Tui has written, Snowfall is the least like it. Like, her personality is, like, strict. Soft on the inside, yeah, I think that's all I can think of. Snappy, maybe. Mink, Crystal, and Snowfall were the 3 possible heirs to the Icewing throne, but Glacier chose the next heir on her deathbed to avoid another succession war. Yikes, that would have been terrifying. Snowfall was the youngest Ice Queen in history. Swimming is one of Snowfall's favourite activities. Snowfall's very first act as queen was making sure that every Icewing in her kingdom received one of Keyblade's enchanted earrings, so they don't die as a plague. Snowfall finds polar bear cubs cute. I find them cute too. They're adorable, but not my favourite animal. Darkstalker's name can be perceived 2 ways. One is a hero's perspective, they chases away the darkness, while the other is that he stalks through the darkness as a villain. Benny, and isn't he a bad guy or a good guy with just a different perspective and thinking that the world has changed and can be in control and thinks he can be king? Who knows? Darkstalker once took an after-school cooking class. Hooray! Cooking! Yikes. I suck at cooking. I really do. Darkstalker's theme is I Love Me by Megan Trainor. In the original ending of Darkness of Dragons, Darkstalker was going to try and fail to talk to Kublai out of something. However, it has been scrapped and the ending changed because Darkstalker was too convincing until he actually thought about letting Darkstalker live. Well, he technically still lives, except in a different dragon. Darkstalker was based until his ex-boyfriend from when they were both 16 years old. Ooh. Was her boyfriend like a villain? Or nitwit? I don't know. Don't mean to be rude. I don't want to be rude. I'm not a rude person. It's just I have a very weird opinion. Hey, Whiteout, you're pretty. Whiteout has illustrated many drawings of the Nightwings and Icewings living peacefully together, all painted in various shades of blue. It has also stated that she has painted 3 moons, constellations, and a night sky. Darkstalker told Queerside he referred to the paintings as Whiteout's wishful thinking series. Well, I guess she has a dream that she wants Nightwings and Icewings to come together peacefully because, well, she's both and she wants a happy life, which she did in the end. Sonny was confirmed to be a descendant of Whiteout. This is the only known possible way for the Nightwings to have inherited the Animus genes. 2 hybrids there, so would Sonny be like a double hybrid? I know. Whiteout has the same powers as Darkstalker does. However, since she was hatched a day later than expected, her powers were pushed deep inside. Ooh. Whiteout is the first dragon in the series to not have an anomalous neurological phenomenon as she possesses associative synthesia. I think that's how you say it. Whiteout lived a happy life after the fall of Darkstalker. Aw, she's happy, yay! Whiteout's granddaughter and thrice great-grandson were animi. Wow, that's very long. Also stated by Tilly, Clearside was one of the easiest characters to write because being worried and imagining a million futures is like being a writer in the middle of the story. I know that from personal experiences. Clearside made the only known travel route between the 2 continents, which is hidden in the back cover of the Book of Clearside. Wonder if they'll find out. Clearside is dead and is never coming back, although she was originally considered to be brought back to life as a zombie. Don't know who the artist is, even though it's a very, very good drawing. If the artist actually watches this, I hope they can go, ooh, that's my drawing, yay! It's very creepy though, no offense to the artist. Clearside married several different husbands throughout her life, including Sunstreak. In the doing, she was thought to have created Hiveling and Silking tribes, which were supposedly all her descendants. I think they are. I don't know, because I think they have little teardrop scales as well. Clearside is said to have lived for a very long time. Clearside once ate a kiwi with purple spots. The kiwi made her breath smell like vultures for a week. One of Fatham's descendants, Prince Turtle, resembles him. Yeah, because Darkstalker mistakes him. In some of Clearside's vision, he was the godfather of her and Darkstalker's dragonettes. However, Darkstalker being put to sleep prevented this from occurring. Despite not being the one to stab Albatross, Indigo is credited with it due to Fathom not wanting any more attention. Indigo prefers belugas over dolphins. Ooh, beluga dragon. Indigo was the only dragon invited to every royal family gathering despite not having royal blood. Wow. When Indigo was dragonet, Indigo and Fathom put squid ink in everyone's toothpaste. crazy dragon is. Indigo is the only known ceiling to have purple scales. Albatross's name is a reference to rhyme of the ancient Marineer. I think that's how you say it. Albatross's name also refers to a psychological burden that feels like a curse. Matches them perfectly. Corals. Sorry. Shading is really satisfying. Okay, done. Coral's second spoken words to Tsunami were identical to the ones in The Missing Princess. Because she wrote it. Queen writes fanfics. Ooh. Most of Coral's works were published on waterproof scrolls and thin stone tablets, and many are required in sealing schools. One of the candidates for Awkward's name was Loris. She doesn't really look like... No, she doesn't really look like... what's her name? Coral. Well, she kind of looks like Tsunami because of the wing patterns. In a Scholastic video, Tilly said that she wanted to write a book for Awkward since she's such an unexplored character. I reckon that would be good too. Awkward's favourite place is the Bubble Jet Garden in the Deep Palace. The statue Orchid carved itself was made of dark green marble with blue sapphire eyes, as you can see here. Okay. It was unconfirmed that she had dark green with blue eyes in an interview with Tilly. However, in the graphic novel, the statue was light green. Orca didn't use her animal's powers to win her challenge because she wanted to prove that she could win a fair fight. Well, then she's a fair dragon. A fair fight is always good. An unfair fight, like cheating, or something like that, is bad. Gil wasn't originally Tsunami's father. This element was added in during the writing of The Lost Heir. Really? Seals cannot fire water out of their mouth. Why couldn't they? I mean, they breathe. Oh, okay. Because if they did, then they could put out fires in on the palace. Yep, okay. Luna's name means moon in the old dragon language. Luna has the highest grade in the Silk Studies class at Silkworm Hole. Okay, wow, smart dragon. Before being captured by Queen Wasp, Luna wanted to be a silk spinner who lived with Swordtail in the artist's cell near the sunny heights of the web of the Cydia Hive. Luna's favourite place at the Cydia Hive is the Mosiak Garden. When Sanju is reunited with Willow, the former uses her leaf speak to make violets grow in between them. Violets and their correlation have been a special code by lesbian and bisexual women throughout history. Ooh. Yay. Sanju is in charge of hunting for every poison wing tribe feast, or leaf wing. Yes, Sanju's a leaf wing, just to clarify. Blue was described to smell like a bit like fried bananas. What does fried bananas smell like? It must smell interesting, like burnt banana. I don't know. On the cover of the Lost Continent, Blue is depicted with wings, when in reality he doesn't have wings for the entirety of the book. Julia has revealed that she was aware of this, and that Joy-Ann did a few sketches of him without wings, but Julia thought that they were too pretty to be left out. I don't blame her. Boy is in love with Cricket, and Julia has confirmed that she returns his feelings, but neither know about each other's... That makes no sense. But okay, it's a fact. On the pre-final cover of The Lost Continent, Blue was green instead of purple. No, a green Blue is not good. Blue does not snore. Oh, okay. I think half of us don't snore. Any other half does, or some people do, most people don't. I don't know how it works. Elements of misbehavior's way are featured in Blue's recurring nightmares. Blue has a good citizenship award. Kind dragon. Until the events of the Hive Queen, Blue's metamorphosis was his greatest fear. Well, now he's done it. Yay! Can fly. Blue was based on the idea of how to save the world as a Hufflepuff instead of Gryffindor. Yes, Gryffindor does not need to save everything. Eo's name was misspelled as Joe in the preview of The Lost Continent. Oh, Eo's pretty. Should be still Eo. Though the trees are no longer are widespread on the Peninsula, Cricket somehow managed to grow a small tree in a terrarium in a botany class, having to find a seed on a gathering trip, not knowing what it was until it started growing. Cricket is featured on the Barnes and Noble exclusive version of The Lost Continent. No, I don't think I have that version, but still, she got her own book. Cricket's depiction on the Hive Queen cover was more accurate than a depiction on the Barnes and Noble Lost Continent cover, due to Joanne having more time to add detail to her. Originally, Cricket was going to be a reporter or a journalist. Ooh. Her breath smells like apples, as described by Blue. What's she use to make her breath smell like apples and Blue smells like fried bananas? Do they use some sort of soap? Do they have any soap? I hope they do, because that would be disgusting. Does she actually eat apples? Is there such a thing as an apple? I want to know. Tell your theories in the comments. I love to hear what other people think. Cricket's not much use in combat now, because she's never fought and doesn't like fighting, I don't think. Before becoming a fugitive, Cricket dreamed of being a published scientist. Wow, so many dreams for Cricket. When she was young, Cricket had a recurring nightmare about her teachers growing moss and brain. Yuck. That's actually pretty crazy. Cricket's favourite library is the one located in the Jug Hive. Oh, I love libraries. I love books. You should see my bookcase at home. Wow, now that is full. Out of Blue, Sundew, and Swordtail, Cricket is the fastest writer. I wonder how she writes with those talons. Is it like how we hold pens and pencils? Or is it a different way? She's gifted Willow gifted Sundew a jade frog when they were 2 years old. Sundew uses the object as a sign for Willow. What if it ever fails? Her spots are pretty. Rainwings and leafwings are related, and some rainwings have travelled to Pentella in the past. I think beetlewings are described to have bangs or something. Tilly created leafwings by expanding her idea of grasswings. Wonder what a grass wing would look like. The poison wings, half of the leafwing tribe, have tribe fixed. Yes, we already know this because Sundew does something with it. Leafwings have some connection with fire, as naturalists stated that they could have been home cooking the panther already if Wolfsbane had let Sundew kill it instead of Mandrake. Nightwings appear to have excellent night vision, but still can't see in total darkness as well as Ceiling can. Well, there you kind of want to be Ceiling then. Nightwings are shown. It is mentioned that Nightwings are trying to readjust their nocturnal, or natural, schedule in Darkness of Dragons. Nightwings are shown to be very loyal to their tribe and have an arrogance similar to Icewings. Ooh. Arrogance competition. Marisu once explained to Starflight We assume Nightwing's superiority was something all Nightwings hatched with. In the audiobooks, read by Shannon McManus, all Nightwings speak with a British accent, except for Starflight and Space Speaker, who were raised away from the Nightwings and did not develop this accent. Ooh, now I want to listen to it, see what they actually sound like. Nightwings are able to hang from the ceiling like bats. This is also depicted in a graphic novel. 200 facts, yay! Sandwings have caravans. What? How? I don't know. We'll find out someday. No Mudwing Queen has ever been challenged for the throne by a sister. Due to the way Mudwings form sibling bonds, the big wings of the troop is always likely to be queen due to the hierarchy of these groups. When Chameleon is trying to persuade Peril to let him change her during Ruby Scarlet's battle, he says, "A kingdom without any heirs is a perpetual danger. I think all queens learned from what happened to the Mudwings a couple centuries ago." This hints that the Mudwings had a succession crisis before the time of the main arcs and could have implied that Queen Moorhen is not related to the original line of Mudwing queens. Example, Queen Crane. Hatching from a blood red egg is not uncommon, and these eggs occur every few years. If Sonny hadn't visited Queen Moorhen's dream, the Mudwings would be endangered by or extinct due to the fact that Moorhen and Bird were planning to take over the Ice Kingdom, which is housed the deadly Great Ice Cliff, which is like shoots anything, any tribe that are not Icewings, so it protects Icewings. Though Mudwings are not focused on as much, they are lucky to avoid conflicts with the rest of Pyhara. Rainwings have different accents from any other tribe, since they have been isolated from most tribes. It is close to an Australian accent. Glory does not have this accent due to being raised outside the tribe. Okay, I want to clarify something. Again, sorry. I must be annoying you now. So, look, people who aren't from Australia always think Australian have these weird country accents. And I know because I'm Australian. Now, like, if you're in America or a different country that's not Australia, and you come to Australia, don't go, "Hey, g'day, mate. How about a snag on a barbie?" Seriously, it's not going to work. We do not do that. We speak normally. Yeah. So if you ever come to Australia, if you're from another country, I please you, do not do that. Because it is very insulting that like every other country thinks we're all these country people. Thank you. A little notice. Some rainwings can perfectly imitate bird calls, such as toucans. We know this because in book 3, what's his name, Hanson, can do a bird call of a toucan, and it scared Glory when they were doing the tree top race. So yeah. What is that noise? Many rainwings do not have the ability to count correctly, especially younger rainwings, but Kinkajou can. Yay! And Glory can. Now, I think they're going to start school in the rainforest to make every dragon learn how to read and count. And write, maybe. Rainwings cycle through a list of names every time a new egg hatches. Imagine like getting 2 dragon names the exact same and like trying to get their attention. You go, "Hey, Mango!" And they both turn up and go, "Yeah." And that would be weird. Not trying to make a joke or anything, but just imagine that. Next fact. The base rainwing scale colour is a lime green, like chameleons. Okay. Seriously, my cat has to stop attacking my plant. Okay. Humans call them Rainforest Dragons, referring to them in a Ring Watcher's Guide to Dragons of Pahara as probably the deadliest, stealthiest, and ones to watch out for the most. But, they admire scavengers like Winter does, so should be fine, unless they're back to being savage. There is a tale about an abandoned seeming dragonette that was raised by a pod of orchids. Ooh, yay, story. Hivewing and silkwings always know what the time is and can predict the upcoming weather through a precise internal clock. I wonder what that is. In the lost continent, Blue wonders if hivewings don't have to blink. When he sees hivewing guards staring down through the glass ceiling in a flame silk factory, it is unknown if hivewings possess this ability. I don't think they do. Oh, and the art's by Perenzio. I think that's how you say it. Who is an amazing artist and should be supported. Don't know them personally, but I can tell you they're a great artist. It is mentioned by Sawtail that hivewings have poor night vision, though it is possible he was being derogatory, I think that's how you say that word, because he was also described them as lazy in the same sentence. Oh, yikes. Hivewings seem to be quite sophisticated in a building and schooling. Paharan schools do not have such a selection of objects in the room. The hives and the structures inside them are most ingenious than Paharan structures. Wow, English. According to the Pentellan Dragon Guide, silkwings are stereotyped as beautiful, passive, and gentle. Okay. Except for... No, never mind. They're all gentle and beautiful. Icewings may use fruit juice to make popsicle, as they also eat frozen fruit. They prefer to eat raw food along with other animals with no disgust. The Icewing royal family is distantly related to the Sandwing royal family, and Sonny is a descendant to Ryder. So what, is every dragon tribe related to each other because of hybrids and stuff? Who knows? There's been legends of Icewing anime that have gone mad for overusing their magic. Like Darkstalk, even though he's half Icewing. He never went mad, he just always lost his soul. Skywing hearing is said to be sharper when they are flying, because they're in the sky. Skywings were described to be as a friendly tribe in the time of Darkstalk. Ooh, friendly Skywings. What like Sky? Skywings make a particular hissing noise before breathing fire. This is the same hissing noise that can be used as a threat of anger, a shown with casual or respectful noise, and shown by the spectators at Queen Scarlet's arena. I don't know. Along with Leaflings, they were the first dragons to inhabit Pentella, as both tribes were originally from Pahara. Interesting. According to the legend of the Hive, 2 tribes were refugees who could never return to the Pahara. Whenever Chameleon changes into a different form, it resets, i.e. when he puts on Saw's mask, or the traces from previous battles or activities when he was previously saw would disappear. But wouldn't he still get injured anyway? It's like it magically just heals himself. There is a wall of humming between Moon and his shapeshifter, so he cannot read his mind. Interesting. Chameleon has 5 current forms, even though he says he has 7. Now, you've got his normal form, I forgot their Mudwing's name, but that's very detailed. He's like, I think it's too detailed. Like, won't every Mudwing get suspicious? You got the Nightwing, you got Saw, forgot the rest of the name, and you got the Icewing, which is purple. I thought Icewing was the only blood, not purple. Sky is a vegetarian because he loves animals. And he thinks, no, Sonny finds carrots yummy. In Tui's annotation of the Dragonette prophecy, she mentioned that in her first draft, Vori mentioned is that Sky and Pearl would be in the prophecy as well as an Ice Wing, but eventually decided that 8 dragons were too much. Don't blame her. Sky's favourite animals are snails. Interesting. Sky would be confused if someone told him that they had a crush on him, as he is obvious to that concept. Kestrel was a part of the breeding program to supply the Ice Wing army with soldiers. But then she left because she actually cared about her twins. But wouldn't Pearl also be a kind of a soldier anyway, because she could just kill anyone she touches? If Burn and Scar really wanted to end that war, or win it anyway, should have got Pearl involved. Though Kestrel is mentioned to have her throat cut out by Blister as well as being stabbed by the Sandwing's tail barb, it is shown to have been stabbed in the chest by Blister's tail barb in this graphic novel. Typhoon is a former soldier, and his creator, he was voted for him to be in. Typhoon studied medicine and disease for 2 years. Typhoon is the first and only fan-created character in the book to appear in a book. His creator won an auction for his original character to be included in the book Darkness of Dragons. However, his creator's account has been disabled since. Before being captured, bad luck was something Hailstorm never wanted into. Hailstorm battled an orca before he was 1 year old. Oh, wow. So he's like the family favourite now. Because he can do everything until he's captured. Then they got Icicle to do it, I think. Hailstorm reached the top of the Dragonette Circle rankings on the same day that Icicle and Winter were hatched. But, so does that mean Icicle and Winter were twins? No, they can't be twins. Maybe? I don't know. Before being captured by the Skymans, Hailstorm and Winter would hunt together in the Ice Kingdom. It's one of the things that Winter had missed the most while his brother was imprisoned. No Ice Wing has ever been first place in the Dragonette rankings as long as Hailstorm's been. Icicle? Oh wow. Icicle was combat training with dragons 3 times her size by her first hatching day. Icicle believes that an Ice Wing who glitters like diamond is more menacing and that grubby, dull dragons deserve to be in the same circle. Gee, harsh. Chua jokingly hinted in a short elastic thread that her downstairs bathroom was once the convenient of the penthouse because there was a wasp in there, so the room now belonged to the wasp forever. Tui stayed in home and base QA, the wasp is her favourite villain. I love wasp. Some fruit trees are allowed in wasp's greenhouse, but only with special permission. So they do eat fruit. It is said that she only eats predators, although this is a rumour. Wasp is at least 100 years old lady. Jewel is immune to Wasp's mind control. I think all of Wasp's sisters are, and mother as well. Jewel orders sugary treats from the kitchen non-stop whenever Wasp is issuing a huge mass hive command. Jewel supposedly has a reputation for being a master tutorer, but when she was 5 she was afraid of knives and fainted from the sight of blood. Something that Scribe pokes fun at. Oh man, she wouldn't do well in the battlefield then. Fate every time she would wake up. Scribe owns the only telescope in the city hive and does not lend it to anyone. Don't blame her. Oh, yeah, forgot to mention that Scarab was glasses as well. Scarab is older than 100 years old, and she's Jules' mother, so maybe 200. Wow, really old lady. Wasps mind controls dragons by taking their eggs and stabbing it once so they hatch. So once they hatch, she'll be able to mind control them. Pretty sure this is how she does it. I think so. I think that's how she does it. I know Cricket describes it when she takes bumblebees. Dune's parents were both teachers. Dune expressed to Six Claws that he had no desire to become a teacher himself. Well, he became one in the end. Despite canonically missing a foreleg, the graphic novel depicts him with all limbs intact. Oh, yikes. In the graphic novel, Dune's damaged wing doesn't appear to be an limp or drag across the ground when he walks, but is still shown covered in scars, burns, and holes in the membrane. Cuboids mentioned that Thorn takes swordly through whenever she gets a headache. It's like she's got like sandpaper rubbed on her. I don't know. Strongwings think that Stone Mover did something to the obsidian mirror before he disappeared. Oh, poor Stone Mover. Toy T. Sutherland may do a winglet about him. I hope so. Stone Mover suspects he's dying. Well, I mean, he's being turned to stone, so eventually I think he will. Six Claws has a polydactylism, which is kinetically a physical anomaly, which is an individual who has more fingers or toes than normal. So his name's Six Claws because he has 6 claws on each foreleg. Burns stated that she wanted to hang 6 Claws towers up on the wall after he died, wanting to add them to the wielding tower. No. This is why I never chose Burn. Honestly, I wouldn't choose Blaze either. I mean, Bliss is pretty smart, but I would be concerned what she's going to do when she's queen. If she was queen, but she's not. Six Claws stated that once he told another dragon his name, they would automatically look down at his talents and see if he actually had 6 claws in each talent. Wow. Obvious naming, his parents were really creative. Each of Vulture's skull tattoos represent the dragon he has killed. This gruesome display was also taken out by 2 of his grandchildren, Rattlesnake and Sirocco. It is rumored they have the same tattoos they have tattoos for the same purpose. I think so. According to Cobra, Ultra has always been interested in a business alliance with the Ice Wings when he freezes to death. It has been implied that Cobra may have killed Queen Oasis's sisters. Blister, Burn, and Blaze all attempted to hire Cobra to kill one another during the War of Sandwing succession, but Cobra declined because she believed she would profit more if the war continued, and it did. She was rumored to have poisoned and killed multiple guests at Queen Scarlet's wedding. What? She was hired by Queen Thorn to find June, Morrissey, and Stone Mover to no avail. Tilly, almost named Viper, Cobra, but eventually decided against it. Kubley mentioned that Cobra always eats roasted coriander seeds before planned assassination. Deathbringer went on his first mission to assassinate Tempest when he was 4 years old. Tilly considered giving Fate Speaker her own book in the 2nd arc, but decided against it. Instead, Moonwatcher got the 6th book. See how, what's her name? Fate Speaker got the, the T-Drop scale. She's not a mind reader. She might be able to tell the future, maybe. But, I reckon she's an empath, because it's not as big as Moonwatcher's. She's got all the stars on her scales as well. Oh, that's pretty. Darkstalker said to Moonwatcher that Fate Speaker could her very weak power since she is a teardrop scale that symbolizes mind reading, but hers is smaller than Moon's. Her weak powers may be shown when some of her predictions come true, but most are inaccurate. She is confirmed to have a weak mind reading ability, or the ability to sense emotions, making her an empath. Yeah. Whenever Arctic and Hope, or Foeslayer, attended parties in the lost city of Night together, they would initially complement one another's jewelry because it gave the illusion of matching and fitting perfectly together. Hope was one of the strongest fighters in her class. Interesting. Hope has stated that maybe Darkstalker's fate would have been different if she chose a name like Peacemaker from the beginning of his life. I don't think so. I don't think it's the name that decides it, even though Nightwing names are meant to match their abilities. I think it's just their personality that matters so far. According to Moonwatch's vision, Peacemaker will most likely marry the tribe's blacksmith, having dragonets with them and die peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his family. Oh, that's nice. Peacemaker will stay as Peacemaker forever and will never find out about his past as Darkstalker. But what if he does? Imagine what will happen then. Ooh, plot twister. And then he can go to everyone and go, "Hey, I'm Darkstalker. I'm gonna kill you all." If he was going to put one of Kibley's enchanted earrings on Peacemaker, he would turn back into Darkstalker and then vaporize into nothing due to his immortality spells being nuffled. Like, not having any effect. I think that's what that means. Even though Arctic has no Icewind powers, he had unintentionally taught Darkstalker to use his powers, but wouldn't that waste his spell? Darkstalker brought Hawks home to eat because they reminded Arctic of the Ice Kingdom. Oh, that's a really nice thing he did, but Arctic always got grumpy with him because of it. Queenslight's first prophecy was... Sorry, it's really late. Well, not really late, it's only like 5:41. Yeah. A rough day at school. Beware your two queens, beware your own power. Your cause will betray you in your final hour. So it translates into to Arctic. So it's Arctic. Warning him that his doom will be caused by his own cause. This comes true when Darkstalker enchants him to disembowel himself. Of course, that second prophecy was, the seeming spring death, the seeming spring salvation. Don't let him come, but he must come or all is lost. It translates into, well, it's referring to Fathom, and how it would be necessary friend to Darkstalker, but someone will unknowingly push him to fulfill his darkest motives. Lagoon was always cruel to Albatross, and she forced him to use his animus magic for her, which was also what turned him evil. And since she wanted him to build the pavilion. She uses Albatross maiming Sapphire as an excuse so that Lagoon could use his power, saying he would never be able to repay or atone for what he had done, even though it was an accident. Well, Albatross could just do a spell, bringing back Sapphire's cause, and then all might be forgiven. Who knows? That could have worked. When Arctic was escaping the Icewind Kingdom with Foeslayer, he had a fight with Snowfox and Snowflake and almost killed Snowflake. Tempest was the main general in the war until she was killed by a 4-year-old dragonet, which was Deathbringer, with a Mudwing spear, which I think that's what started it. It looks like a trident. No, it's got the wings of fire symbol on it. Yes! Fjord was trained in Mudwing fighting techniques. Well, Clay wasn't. So. Tamarin has extra sensitive nose and good at finding things by smell. Well, we know this because of book 3. Tamarin explained to Keyblade that she could only smell smoke since the explosion. It's unknown if this is permanent due to her injuries. In the minigame Speedwings on Scholastic's home base, Tamarin is a playable character. Ooh, I wonder where we find this. In this minigame, her eyes are mistakenly depicted as green even though they are light blue because she is blind. Ruby served as a general before she became queen. Well, she's clearly Ruby, because look at her. Like, rubies. Tui said Cliff is her favourite minor character. Cliff is cute. Cliff is based on Tui's second son, who was 3 years old at the time. I imagine he was very loud and curious, and like Cliff is, and kind. One of Tui's favourite words is thrilling, just like ex-Queen Scarlet. In Scarlet's character profile, the word written in big letters at the top is vain. Tui determined that vanity would be Scarlet's defining characteristics, while searching for traits that are unusual to find in a villain. Tui has hinted the possibility that Sora might be the protagonist for our future Winglets book. Sora, along with Umber, will most likely make another appearance in the series. Even though Umber stated in Moon Rising that Sora was the only one who practiced their reading, Fraser was also shown to know how to read in The Dark Secret. Umber and Sora will appear again in the series. Tui has also said that she would like him to find his soulmate. This information was on the old Wings of Fire Scholastic message boards and it can no longer be accessed as the page was taken down. Umber is confirmed to be gay, like I said before, making him the first character in the series to have a confirmed sexuality. And then, Anemone is after him. Tui imagines that Mudwings sleep in a big pile. This is shown in the graphic novel art by Mike Holmes. The Nightwings have the most POVs. Nightwing mothers are the ones who name their dragonets like Rose Slayer, named Darkstalk, and Tick named Whiteout, I think. What the hell is that? Sorry, I think there might be a storm going on. Seawings have the most known members in their tribe. I hope so. Seawings have approximately 180 bioluminescent scales, like the scales they light up to talk. One of her first lines, "I've been waiting a long time to fulfill my purpose," is a reference to what Queen Glacier told her years ago. Gerbil 3. The enchantment Gerbil put on her made her think and speak slower, although this was presumably resolved when Gerbil reversed all of her mother's enchantments on her. Gerbil was one of the candidates that were considered to be the main protagonist in The Dangerous Gift. Nope, it's Snowfall. Gerbil 3 is an excellent cook. Ooh. Gerbil loves gathering firewood. So this is one of the personality adjustments made by Gerbil. Oh, that's harsh. Gerbil has been a talented musician and storyteller throughout her life. In the epilogue of Winter Turning, Darkstalker claims that Anemone is Fathom's great-great-great-great-granddaughter, despite the fact that Anemone is in the royal family and Fathom and Indigo were isolated from any ties as a Sealing royalty due to the epilogue in Darkstalker. Ooh, so she's not related to Fathom? Or is it? Oh no, it must have been Pearl that had dragonets. Maybe. This implies that something may have happened to Pearl, causing Fathom and Indigo's descendants to rejoin the royal family. She is noted to have poor handwriting when she was a dragonet. She preferred everything perfectly symmetrical. Well, now she does. And she got to suck it up and see that everything isn't symmetrical. Before the Icewing royal family... No, oh my gosh. Sorry. Before the royal Sealing masquerade, Pearl was thought the one who might be queen someday. Because of this, she has a special diplomacy classes, extra policy sessions with the queen, private lessons to improve her handwriting, and advanced etiquette courses. That's a lot. Blister is the second oldest among his sisters, with Burn being the oldest and Blaze being the youngest. I'm sure you knew that. Why does she have a dagger? She is from the same hatching as her brother Smaller. Yeah, because he's got the same pattern. It is mentioned that she won't tolerate hybrids in her army. That's strict. In the graphic novel, she is shown to be wearing a golden helmet with encrusted rubies. This helmet isn't mentioned in the original series. That's a good fact. Burn was not interested in having dragonets. It's fair enough. Burn has scars all over her body. However, in the graphic novel, she has none. Despite being constantly described with black eyes throughout the book, she was depicted with brown eyes in the graphic novel. Well, at least you can see her emotions in her eyes. Burn was nervous of Scarlet's possession of glory. She would have liked to experiment with a rain, perhaps peeling her off her scale. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. She is the only sister out of the three that has not been mentioned to have killed anyone. This may be because she barely left her fortress during the War of Sandwing Succession, and because she preferred telling the soldiers to fire instead. Well, damn you boys. There appears to be inconsistency when it comes to the issue whether Blaze or not has any scars. While the Dragonet prophecy states that Blister has no scars unlike his sisters, thus indirectly saying that Blaze has at least one scar on her body somewhere. In the graphic novel, it states that she has unscathed scales contradicting that the book that came before. In the graphic novel adaptations, Blaze is also depicted without any scars, however, so is Burn. Character known for her scars being it is unclear which book is correct. When asked about what happening to Blaze after the Sandwing War succession, Tui stated that Blaze is in the Sandwing stronghold with Thorn and Smolder. She wants to be happy and safe and surrounded by pretty peaceful things more than she wanted to be queen, which is fair enough. She likes pretty things. Smolder chose Onyx's name. When Agre and Torch arrested Prickle, she screamed that she would set the moons on fire and then dropped them on Palm's head. Ironically, Palm was later killed by a meteorite. Wow. Onyx is the oldest student attending Jade Mountain Academy at the age of 19. That's old. Not as old as 100, but still old for a Dragonet. She was named after the Eye of Onyx, hinting towards her royal heritage. What happened to her leg? Maybe she just hatched that way. Onyx is the dragon who thought of the name Skyfire. Onyx does not like being questioned. Onyx thinks that the most beautiful things should also be frightening. I agree with her. Some beautiful things are allowed to not be frightening as well. In the Dragonet Prophecy graphic novel, Vermilion doesn't announce all of the arena fights as he did in the original mainstream novel. In the graphic novel, Queen Scarlet declares all of the battles before the ones occurring on her hatching day instead. It's very vibrant red. She, Osprey, and ex-Queen Scar are the known dragons that went after Kestrel when Pearl and Sky were dragonets. It is unknown if there were anyone else, but in the Dragonet Prophecy graphic novel, there were 3 guards with Scarlet. Gonna have to look at it again. Riptide mentioned that Shark is the only dragon brave enough to argue with Blister or Coral. His horns look weird. Fire Scales time! Yay! Learn more about Fire Scales and what Peril might have done. Never mind. Fire Scale dragons have gold veins in their wings like Peril does. Fire Scale dragons have unusually bright metallic colours, as Peril does. Only Fire Scale dragons have blue eyes. This may be a special trait that Peril has, and it might have nothing to do with her Fire Scale. Maybe she just originally had blue eyes. The twin that has lesser amount of fire is pale, sickly looking red or orange colour. Pale, Sky's like a pale skin colour. An Ice Wing's breath doesn't affect Fire Scale dragons. It only leaves a numb spot on the place it was here for about 1 or 2 minutes. Apparently, her fire is both mentally and physically hot. It's more difficult for me to read her mind because of her fire than other dragons. Pearl's fire is hotter than a regular Skyring's, which must be impressively hot, considering Skyring's fire has to be much hotter temperature than the fire-breathing tribes. Hey, that's it! Wow, thank you guys. I hope you learned something, and maybe might repost this later. I don't know. Bye. Hope you have a nice day.